Deputy Communications Officer for Washington County Public Schools is a child.
All right, guys, what's going on? Levi Trumbull reporting here, and you're about to watch Maryland activist and very angry parent Sean Porter strike again. That's right. What you guys might not know is that in addition to his June 18th public comment that he gave in front of the Washington County Board of Education, he also went to the Washington County Board of Commissioners public meeting as well. So we brought you the video where he went to the Board of Education. We are going to bring you in one moment the video where he went in front of the Washington Board of Commissioners and also blew a gasket about something that was a little bit different in topic, explosive allegations. And with that, guys, let's just give you a quick update first as it relates to the whole June 18th situation, Board of Education meeting. So we put that video out that night. We had to do a lot of redactions to the t-shirt, to the speech, in order to not have that video be age restricted. So it took some time in getting that out, but we ultimately got that out on the 18th, the night of the 18th. That has now since gone mega viral on TikTok. People have taken that video that I posted, reposted it onto TikTok, and it has seen a lot of success. One TikTok account in particular called School Board Meetings, that's the name of the account. He took that video, he put it up. That video already has 700,000 views as of the time of this recording. There have been other TikTok accounts as well who have taken that video and reposted it. So evidently a lot of people feel some kind of way about that situation going mega viral on TikTok. In addition to that, we also have a letter that was sent out to the school board, to the governor of Maryland, to essentially every politician in the state of Maryland. This is a letter drafted by Sean Porter's attorney, Tamar Fleischman. We're going to read that right now. Please be advised that our office has been asked to contact you on behalf of Mr. Sean Porter. He states that his son, Sean Porter Jr., is a hearing-impaired 5-year-old child who was enrolled in the Washington County school system but is now at the Maryland School for the Deaf. Sean Jr. is not able to speak either. However, this transfer only occurred through the steadfast perseverance of his parents in spite of the selfish and money-fixated Dr. Annette Walters. Dr. Walters was so panicked at losing the federal funding from a disabled child, she practically body-checked Mr. Porter and the child's mother, Tiffany Moreland, from getting the boy into the Maryland School for the Deaf. Since Sean Jr. couldn't communicate, Dr. Walters had him in a class of juvenile delinquents who violently set upon him. The teachers couldn't be bothered to protect him or work with him either. They stuck him at a table to color pictures and forgot about him. For Dr. Walters, it's just about the money, money, money. Sean Jr. refused to go back to class, and really, who could blame the poor little boy? Mr. Porter learned that his son was admitted to the Maryland School for the Deaf in December of 2023, and in January 2024, Dr. Walters refused to sign the transfer papers. Indeed, she tried to intimidate Miss Moreland, a hard-working waitress, with this admonishment. Quote, "Are you sure this is what you want for your son in your heart of hearts?" Then they write, that's the end of quote, "outrageous. If Sean Jr.'s parents did not have access to attorneys, this would all be swept under the rug." 29 U.S.C. 794, Section 504 guides schools that receive federal funding as to non-discrimination against the disabled. It certainly applies in this matter and opens all parties to actionable claims. We trust that this will not be necessary. When it is time to renew Sean's placement in transportation, we demand that Dr. Walters not be involved in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. Yours truly, Tamar Fleischman. And with that, guys, that is the letter that was sent to basically everyone in the state of Maryland. And like I said, with that, we are now going to take you to the Washington County Board of Commissioners, where Sean Porter struck again, talking about a serious set of allegations relating to a communications supervisor for Washington County Public Schools, a guy named Steve Edwards, who evidently or allegedly is utilizing a stage name to conduct official business. Again, that was his allegations at this time. We will let his testimony speak for itself. With that, guys, Levi Trumbull reporting.
I'd like to open it up to the front row.
I'm waiting for it to start counting down. You're so concerned about 3 minutes. Okay. Deputy Communications Officer for Washington County Public Schools is a child molester. His name is Steve Edwards. He is actually not a real person. Steve Edwards is a stage name. His real name is Steve Cornwall. I did a preliminary search on the Virginia sex offender database. There was a response, a registered sex offender in the same geographic region where Mr. Edwards claims to be from, and that person had 2 different counts of indecent exposure. So I contacted Mr. Edwards, and he told me the reason why he's given a fictitious name and doing business under an alias and committing uttering by signing government documents and contracts and such under a fictitious name, because if you read the Maryland Criminal Code, to go around signing contracts and engage in official business and conduct official business and create official public records under a fake name, that is a felony called uttering. You guys might want to investigate it. I do believe we have a sheriff's department here capable of looking into such matters. I confronted him about this. He said the reason why he uses the name Steve Edwards instead of his actual legal name is because that was his stage name in college. Exactly. His stage name in college is why he is out there pretending to be somebody else. It's not because he has a bad background. It's not because the information that I received that I alluded to at the beginning of my statements about him being a child molester is true. No, no, no. It's because it's his stage name from college. This man is in his mid-50s. He is going around saying he is somebody that he is not. He was hired to lobby Annapolis for policies that would benefit the school board and David Savine, which is the guy that brought him from Virginia and hired him. That's the superintendent, Dr. Joseph Mangala Savine, another crook and carpetbagger. I commented Sunday night after discovering all this information on the Facebook page for Washington County Public Schools, and in direct defiance of the law, my comments about Steve being a carpetbagger were removed. So that guy doesn't exist. He's using a fraudulent name. I have actually I've filed a PIA request to find out the date of his background check and his actual legal name, which he did not give me in the phone conversation. He did not provide his full legal name. I had got that off the internet. Apparently he did the same thing in Frederick County. That's why he was run out of there and has to drive across 2 states to come to work in Washington County. I contacted the chief legal counsel for Washington County Public School Board. She was completely unaware, at least in my conversation with her, that all of my comments were being deleted. And after informing her of the case law of ACLU of Northern Virginia versus Loudoun County School Board, she had my comments immediately restored, which is smart because it is illegal to delete citizen comments, regardless of what those comments are, regardless of who they're directed to, and regardless of the contents of the citizen's free speech. I had over 20 comments about Steve Edwards being a carpetbagging fraud removed from their Facebook page, which is illegal. I'm expecting my elected commissioners to investigate the matter and investigate the allegations that were passed on to me about our school board guy, Steve Edwards, being a child molester. Find out if they're true or if they're not. They're just allegations at this point, but I don't have his real name. I have a name that I got off of the internet where he did the same thing in Frederick County, Virginia, this Steve Cornwall guy, and there was a match with the sex offender registry in the same geographic region this Steve Edwards purports to be from. I can't verify any of that, and I can't give civilian oversight of my government workers and my government officials if they're using fake and fraudulent names. And I don't believe that Washington County government should be giving money to a guy who's going around entering into contracts, signing official documents, giving meetings, handing out business cards, putting placards on his desk with a fake, fictitious, fraudulent name. I believe that would make anyone involved in him doing that, and anyone that facilitates him doing that, like Dr. Savine, who knows his real identity because they worked together for 11 years previously before they were run out of Frederick County, Virginia's public school board. Anyone involved in that would be basically conspiring to commit uttering. I mean, wouldn't it be a conspiracy charge at that point? I mean, this is a felony in the Maryland Criminal Code to go around conducting business, with a fraudulent name, fraudulent documents, any documents that that guy has signed, if he entered into any sort of contracts or promised anything to anybody, all that is void herein today, because you all know there is no such person as Steve Edwards, and you cannot pay actors to represent the government, and you cannot pay actors to go to Annapolis and lobby congressmen and state senators. If this guy is going to Annapolis to lobby on behalf of Washington County Public Schools, I am going to then boycott every single person that takes a meeting with him in Annapolis. So if you're Brooke Grossman, House of Delegates, and you take a meeting with Steve Edwards, I'm going to expose that she's meeting with a complete and total fraud, possible child, according to the allegations I've received. The bottom line is here, if he was hired to be a lobbyist for the school board, guess what we have to lobby for the people of Washington County? They're called House of Delegate members. They're called state senators. We have Quarterman. We have Brooke Grossman, the dolphin teeth lady out of Hagerstown. There are people to represent the citizens, and they are elected by the citizens. They are not bought and paid for by Dr. Savine to lobby to take money out of our paychecks in Annapolis. This guy is a fraud. Anyone that helps this guy will be exposed. Any politician that meets with this guy, I will do videos on. I will protest. I will show up in front of their houses like I do government officials all over this state in Virginia, and I'll protest in front of their kids' weddings like I did down in Richmond, Virginia. I don't care. You cannot have a guy walking around using a fictitious name. I think that the commissioners should hold our other county agencies accountable. You hold the purse strings, Mr. Barr. Give them less money. They got $8.6 million less than they wanted. Give them $28.6 million less than they wanted next year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Porter. Other citizens' participation?